Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another great game. I mean, the last time we saw these two match up, I think it was a little disappointing in terms of what we thought the match should have been, but I think this one is grand finals, Fred.
Yeah,
Completely
definitely.
different situation now. This is where all the pressure's on both these guys, both these sides really, and I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, obviously Viperio going to be coming back with a bit of a vengeance. Realistically, you know, they were bested 2-0 in a fairly even game. Again, we expected to go all three, but I'll be honest, Charlie, I think we could see all three today. As we've kind of mentioned before, it's the exact same maps, a little bit of a different order. So Viperio are going to be kicking things off on Anubis first, and I can't wait to see that action.
Yeah, I mean, that was the closest game between the two sides last time. It felt like Viperio just ran out of gas a little bit towards the end there, which gave Coalesce that slight edge. But yeah, like you said, exact same maps, but we're going to be starting on Anubis instead. Maybe Viperio's practice early, their game that they had earlier today, might allow them to carry through a little more here. And maybe that could be all they need to go 1-0 up in this series.
It's something that we touched upon yesterday. You know, when Coalesce, they had a really, really long day of CS going into that game against Viperio. It seemed as though maybe they could have been a little bit tired, but no, they came in, they were absolutely dominated on Vertigo, as the host said. And yeah, although it was close on Anubis, they still took the victory. But Viperio, they're going to be coming back here, as I mentioned before, with a bit of a vengeance, and I cannot wait to see it unfold. But I'm pretty sure, Charlie, we're going to be heading into the pistol round now, so right into the action we go.
Yeah, already kicking things off. These players right and ready to go.
Straight away, the dualies in play, something that we've been seeing quite frequently here, but I like to see it again.
It feels like there's something about EPIC and these dualies that just go perfectly hand in hand. Every team seems to love to get them out, but Doc's holding a nice angle. Going to have a lot of pressure coming his way. One bullet is all he needs to take down Artist.
Yeah, taking down a heavy hitter in the first 20 seconds of this round. And Viperio looking to potentially find one back, bring it back to a level playing field. But Docs again.
Did come in, Fred, but they slowed it down. One bullet again. This time finally does get silenced by Ping.
Shine still holding here, waiting for a bit of a flank, but not come through yet. MMS could be the one to find the next point of contact, but Leaf eliminates. And 4 versus 2 here for Coalesce. Pistol round, so important. Shine quick there to take down Gizmi. It's all on Ping, the only player to find a pick here for Viperio so far. And he's in a 1 versus 4 here, but he's got the P250 in hand. Let's see if he can try and find a couple more kills, maybe even a bomb plant here, because I think the 1 versus 4, potentially too tall of a task.
I mean, ace clutch required here. I mean, he's got a few chances to take a few 1v1 fights. All the Coalesce side are quite split, but still isn't going to make it much easier. Takes down Leaf quite cleanly, though. Still 100 HP to his name. Does have a flashbang, and obviously the bomb on his back.
The one thing that might go his way is these Coalesce players fairly split, and Ping's crisp headshots could go his way, but Azuwu tucked away there, eliminates Ping, and Coalesce, they take the pistol hit. We kind of saw in that previous game on Anubis, you know, earlier, well, yesterday, in fact, we saw Coalesce go up early, and that really was what gave them that buffer regarding taking Anubis, and straight away we see them win the pistol. But Charlie, something that we kind of mentioned yesterday, a lot of the time, both Coalesce and Viperio, they don't love a force on that second round, but we see it here.
You do have the Galil on Ping. Obviously, the rest of the team just going to be picking up the pistols, but we know how strong they are with these D. We'd love to see a CZ in play, actually, from Artist.
Yes, Artist loves the LCZ. Let's see if it loves him back, though. Potentially could find a pick with it. But the buy from Coalesce is looking really, really strong. 3 M4s. We got that FAMAS, Leaf with the MP9, and a lot of util as well.
Yeah, Viperio are heading towards this B side of things once again. Didn't have too much success challenging Doc, but Drag does fall on the other side of the map. Azuwu takes down Gizmi as well, and he's looking for so much more. Almost finds the triple, but MMS does get the trade on him, but just 4 points of health to his name, and Dogs could be the cleanup.
Yeah, Dogs does fall, but Shine with the quick trade, and a nice cleanup there from Coalesce. And they're looking good. Obviously, that was the force buy. Only 2 casualties on their side, so the money's going to be looking good into the next, and an expected eco from Viperio. So potentially we're going to see a couple more MP9s in this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the round that Coalesce can just use to build that economy up even more. There are a couple of Deagles in play from the side of Viperio, but the lack of armor should make it quite clean for these SMGs. Obviously, that UMP and the 2 MP9s, they should be trying to farm some cash up.
Gizmi taking a bit of an aggressive push there, but Leaf dropping down into Canals, takes him down very early on. Artist getting dunked on there. Chris 7, really nice aggressive push there. Eliminates the in-game leader. Shine finds one as well in the commotion. It's all on Ping once again. Can't find anything. Azuwu will take him down. A bit of a team ace there, Charlie.
Yeah, everyone chiming in. That's what we need. I mean, obviously yesterday, Fred, I mean, the game that we watched this exact game, obviously this being map 2 though, but Shine was a player that we pointed out a few times on Anubis was a bit quiet.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was his normal self, but he's got a second chance of being here. Either way, Coalesce, they stepped up around their roper when he wasn't really playing to his normal standard, but yeah, like I said, he's got a bit of a second crack here.
Obviously a lot of money in the bank for the side of Coalesce. This is just going to be a bit of a bonus round, so potentially these SMGs are going to get a bit up close and personal. And Docs, nothing to do in this round as he's been eliminated from the nade of Gizmi, so man advantage for Viperio. First real full bite, and they need to put a round on the board.
It's not the perfect time to do so. They got the man advantage, make that 2-man advantage. They had the better weapons.
An Artist and MMS both staring in the back lines. Azuu will fall, and this is being perfectly played here from Viperio, not taking any risks. I say that as Artist just shoves himself through a smoke, but the B-bomb site has been taken here. The bomb's going to go down, and we don't really expect much from Shine and Chris 7. I think they are just going to be saving, keeping these weapons in the necks, and then we should see Shine back out on the AWP. But Viperio, they need to keep all players alive here because the economy not looking so good. So potentially no need to go for a bit of a hunt, and I think that's what Giraffe's realizing now.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a prime example of that demo review that we heard from the Viperio guys. Just Azuu in the backlines. We saw, obviously, yesterday on Anubis, he loved to go for those aggressive plays when he feels like he's got a chance, when he's got the inkling. But yeah, this time Viperio completely shutting him down, so aware of it. So many players glued to his position.
Chris
Find that kill.
Getting a little bit aggressive. Does take down Giraffe, and this is exactly what we mentioned. Giraffe can get dropped over by MMS, so it's not going to be all too bad. But now Coalesce, they're going to be operating on their strongest buy. First round for Viperio though, Charlie.
Yeah, important round. Just to get on the scoreboard, really. It feels like once you're there, that's the hardest part done.
And a player that for Viperio has really outshone, I'd say most players in this whole event, has been Artist. So can't wait to see when he's out on the big green what he can provide.
I mean, yesterday, what was it? Got 33 kills or something on Anubis? Yeah, really unbelievable performance and still lost the game.
Yeah, it's devastating.
13 yesterday there. But Shine, he's the player wielding the AWP here.
Already we've seen a lot of util burnt from the Coalesce side. MMS trying to get a bit aggressive here. The flash, oh, not good enough, but Leaf will find him. Ping on the quick trade to a 4-on-4.
Yeah, Ping might not want to go too aggressive mid. It is just him alone, so lost his counterpart in MMS. So yeah, could just hold off now. But in fact, he does get aggressive, does take down Shine.
Yeah, key player to find. The AWP of Shine falling for nothing here. Ping dropped down to 15 HP, but he's alive and kicking for now. Do think we've got some slight technical issues at the moment.
Hopefully it's just for us and not the players. But yeah, I can't imagine everyone's just standing still freezing.
Oh, there we go.
All back. Artist does take down Chris.
Yeah, Azuu and Docs here, 2 versus 4, but I think they're going to have a go at this. These two players were performing at an unreal level yesterday, and I think that confidence potentially going to be coming through here. Ping going to be pushing forward, could lose his life here. Bit of a missed shot there from Azuu. Devastating as that could have kind of forced their hand to go for this, but potentially just a save here. Obviously, Christian can buy, Docs can drop, Shine can invest as well, so if these two players can keep themselves alive, they will get an investment in the next, but Gizmi got something to say about it. Spot Stocks takes him down, and Azuu with util in hand, and that is brilliant from Gizmi.
Yeah, taking both, able to save the AWP, so Artist, Fred, he's going to be on that weapon now. And money is quickly being drained for Coalesce. Only Shining Dogs. Well, in fact, Chris actually does have a bit more in the reserve, but are they going to be fully committing to this one? It doesn't look like it. Do have the Hero M4 out, pistols on the rest, but yeah, Viperio, they certainly are stepping up into this game again. It felt like we saw them in the mid portion of Anubis yesterday. This is how they were playing. It looked like they could really make the map feel so claustrophobic, just suffocate the Coalesce side, but like I mentioned, it felt like they just ran out of gas a little bit towards the end.
Ooh, Docs giving away his position there, standing in the molly. Goes for a peek on Artist, but with the AWP in hand, he's not missing a shot like that.
Yeah, that's the go call for Viperio as well. Taking that B-bomb site, Coalesce. Nowhere near.
Yeah, and I feel like Chris, bit sad to see him playing towards A here, especially as Viperio leaning B. will try and get himself in a nice little position in the back lines, but I don't think we're going to be seeing Coalesce go for this. I think it just exits are going to be the play, but Artist snuffing him out, takes him down. That's the M4 falling, and now it's just that 5-7 and P250.
Yeah, obviously, before the game started, we got to watch a little bit of the players warming up. Artist looked really clean. Yeah. He looked really ready for this one.
And I feel like it'd be a devastating way to see if Artist isn't fragging in this game, because I feel like every single map, every single series, always been top of the charts.
Yeah, I think he's going to be looking to take the lead really for Viperio again, but all leveled up here, 3-3.
That'll be a full buy in the next as well from both sides. Potentially no limitations. I say that as Zuu, 4.3k. Not going to be perfect, but I'm expecting an M4 and a couple pieces of util anyway.
Yeah, finally having that AWP battle that we did want. Both players have played great throughout the whole tournament, really.
Charlie, something I've got to mention. No kit in play here for Coalesce. Viperio, they get the bomb down. It's going to be tough for Coalesce. Going to have to rush that retake.
Oh, Shine with the aggressive peek. Gives me so aware that it's a possibility. Playing just behind the pillar. An inch was given, but Shine not quick enough to take that one.
Yeah, and Shine realizing as well, there's going to be pressure sent towards middle. Can't hang around there all too long. Gizmy going to send the nade. Won't deal much damage. Once again, a fair bit of util has been burnt from the Coalesce side, and it's seemingly going to be an A-pop here for Viperio with just this one defender.
Yeah, Chris, so much work to do. Leaf is reasonably close by, but could just get mollied or smoked off. Does make its way onto the bomb site, finds one, but can't get the double.
Ooh, what a double there from Ping. Not only takes down Leaf, but also quick flick onto Christian. And I think it's just going to have to be the save here for Coalesce. They've got no entry into the bomb site. So Viperio looking as though they're going to take the lead now, 4-3. It's early doors, but Viperio, remember, Charlie, they've come back from the kind of the pistol round loss. Remember, Coalesce, they kicked things off as a 3-0 start. Viperio, that's now 4 in a row for them.
Yeah, obviously, in this matchup, because we did get to watch it yesterday in the upper bracket final between these two, Coalesce, obviously due to them starting on their own map, starting on Vertigo, that was a dominant win. What, 16-5 was it?
Yeah, very dominant.
Yeah, so maybe that allowed them to carry a bit more confidence over to Anubis. But here, this is their first game of the day, first map of the day. Maybe not unbelievably warmed up into it, but Viperio certainly are.
Shine, a little bit unfortunate there. Could have taken down Gizmy, but Viperio, they do take the lead. The money is looking brilliant. Ping on 12k, Artists sitting around 10. Just goes to show that even if they lose these next couple rounds, I think we're still going to see an investment from them, but not a similar story for Coalesce.
Yeah, pause being called. Both teams just need to discuss.
Well, Zuu can drop over an M4, but we're surely going to potentially be seeing an MP9 on either Leaf or Christian.
Yeah, it is just that attack pause spread, so potentially it is on the side of Coalesce just discussing what weapons are actually going to be invested, because money isn't unbelievable for them.
Yeah, but they want to shut down Viperio's streak. They don't want to give them anything to go with. They don't want to give them any more confidence as well, because Viperio, they're looking good so far. I feel like they win this one. An expected 6th from them as well. And there it is. There's the weakness. Christian on the FAMAS. Ooh, Leaf. Wanted to get a bit aggressive, but the Molly's forcing him back.
Heavy B hold right now for Coalesce. 3 players waiting. I mean, the Viperio B hits, they have been very strong.
I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a B split here as well. Gizmy waiting for the smoke to fade, worried about potential aggression, but nothing here yet. Oh, Shine holding with the AWP. Gizmy's heard it, but Shine eliminates. Nice opener here for Coalesce. Just going to drop the smoke and back away as well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of damage, but 100% worth it there. Takes down the first, but Ping, he's been a bit of a menace here in this game so far, finding Leaf.
Yeah, Ping's been brilliant towards middle. Great at finding those openers and also doubling down. Christian just tucked away here on the A-bomb site. We are seeing Shine rotating back, and look at it. They're aware of this A-split. Christian hasn't showed himself yet, though, but a lot of control taken now by Viperio. Ping going to be swinging into the bomb site. Christian aware, and oh, he's able to find the first, second as well. So much damage onto Ping, but can't eliminate him yet. 3-on-3 now, Charlie. We do have an HE grenade on docks as well, so Ping needs to be very cautious.
Yeah, a couple of flashbangs on the side of Viperio, but nothing else. Util massively favoring Coalesce, but it's just how they use it.
Nade onto Artist. They've spotted out Ping. The molly's going to force Artist back. Ping goes down to Azuwu. Giraffe going to be swinging now. Artist finds one. Giraffe chiming in as well, and it's the low HP Shine now to clutch it out. Spots out an Artist, and he finds him. What a shot there from Shine. Great awareness. Gets the 3K in that round, and Coalesce, they bounce back 4-4 now.
Yeah, keeping this game level. I mean, it feels like that's what Coalesce have to do. Just keep pressuring Viperio, because we know how strong they are at this map. And they just can't let it spiral out of control too much, because Viperio will take that. They'll eat that up every day. But yeah, like you said, great awareness from Shine. Just being aware that Artist was going to swing there, but shut him down. Slight tech issue here, Fred. But it's going to give both sides a bit of a breather, a bit of a chance just to calm down, because already a lot of action, and we've only had 8 rounds of play.
It's nice to see, though, that it is such a close affair. I feel like the Vertigo game yesterday, although it was quite dominant, it still had those moments. It still had those really, really high-impact rounds. Hopefully, this is going to be another kind of a close one as well, because although it was a 2-0 in the last, I'd love to see it go to Overpass. Because I feel like, especially from us two, we've watched so much Overpass here at Epic, and I'd love to see a little bit more of it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's sort of the signature map now of EPIC38, just how many times we did see Overpass, yeah, like you said, so it feels like it's only right that we do actually get to all 3 maps. But yeah, Viperio, definitely, you've got to imagine they've got to be playing better than they were yesterday. It felt like Vertigo, they just didn't really have much of a look in, and you've got to think they won a lot of their rounds early.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they I believe it was 3-0 up.
Yeah,
3-0 up. Then it was, I believe it was 5-5, and then it was just, I think it was just 16-5 from there on out.
Coalesce all the way to the end.
Yeah, hopefully all these technical issues are resolved shortly, but we've seen 8 rounds of play now, Charlie. I don't think we really kind of had our chance to determine between us who we think is going to be taking this one. So yeah, I'm going to force the question on you. Yeah, you're waiting for it. I do it quite a lot. So we've seen 8 rounds of play. Who do you think is going to be taking map 1? Well,
8 rounds of play in a 3-map series isn't really much to go off of. But yeah, in terms of the previous results, Fred, I don't really know how much more I can. How much more we can look at to determine, because I just don't think Viperio are going to play like how they did yesterday. I think they're going to be one step ahead, but I'm sorry, I'm going to cop out. I can't give you an answer now. We'll have to find out later, but yeah, back in the action now, round 9. Both teams obviously on their full buys. Artist, though, on the AWP.
Yeah, obviously Viperio, though, with a lot of money in the bank still. The only player who can't invest in the next is MMS, but Ping sat around 10K, surely can drop. But we still see limitations on Coalesce. Obviously, with only 1 player surviving in that last round, we still got Christian on that FAMAS.
Yeah, Yuto's quickly getting drained, actually, for this Coalesce side.
It's because Viperio, they're so good at kind of capitalizing off mistakes. We might see one here. MMS finds the opener, but Docs with the quick trade, so a 4-on-4 now. Gizmy, off the back of that B main aggression, is going to try and take some control here towards Electric. Takes a hefty amount of nade damage, though. And Docs.
Yeah, Viperio definitely setting up to go towards B. Docs has so much work to do here. He's going to be aware of it. Spots Artist, but Artist just too quick with it.
Yeah, Shine going to try and find a pick back, but the smoke denying vision. We do have Christian in the back lines, and similarly Leaf going to be by Shine's side. Slight little gap in the smoke for him to work with, but can't find anything yet. Shine's 6-1. A real flip of the game yesterday.
I mean, this would be a huge round for him to have any more impact by dropping that smoke. That might be the call to save, Fred. 2 plays behind that. Can't have too much of a look in, but Giraffe could give something up. This could be, I was going to say, a bit of a chance for Coalesce to go back for it, but just gives an AK over to Coalesce. But Viperio, Fred, remain in the lead, finding their 5th round.
That was a brilliant shot from Artist. I feel like Docs is the type of player that finds maybe 2, even 3 there, but the fact he went down instantly, not really much that Coalesce could look for. And yeah, as you mentioned, that second smoke completely denying any chances of that retake. But we should see another investment here from Coalesce, as they can drop weapons over.
Yeah, I imagine we could still have a FAMAS out, but yeah, like you said, we should
just
be
a
able
half.
to see. I actually quite like that. I believe they'll have enough for buying the next round, so sort of just doubles your chances, really, but obviously you do still have these 3 saved weapons.
You can certainly make things work. Leaf getting pressured here towards middle. Just a bit wary of the boost. Ping just playing on the edge of the smoke, but that's a lot of damage from Leaf.
Yeah, Ping playing a very dangerous game. This one I mentioned, Azuwu with these pushes when he's got the chance, but MMS holding the angle.
A lot of damage dealt there from Azuwu, though. MMS 11 HP. Although Azubu goes down, he's done so much damage, and Dox on the P250 takes down Gizmi. That weapon can be retrieved as well, but he won't go for it yet. Giraffe going to try and open things up here towards the A-bomb site now, swinging out, somewhat aware of Chris's position. He goes, oh, he gets taken down by Chris. Artist needs to try and find a quick trade. He goes for the no-scope, but Chris with the double up. It's now on MMS and Ping. These players have been chipped down, but Shine finds MMS all on Ping. It's going to be so tough, and Chris just above the smoke finds him, and Coalesce back to a 5-on-5, Charlie. And it's so back and forth, and neither team can kind of find a 2-round streak.
Yeah, it feels like no one's being given any sort of leeway, no edge to be given to either side, but still, both teams have enough money to keep on getting these full buys out. This is what we want to see, really. We don't really want to see the financial issues. Felt like we saw that a bit from Viperio. But like Artist wasn't on the AWP as much as he wanted to be on Vertigo, but certainly a lot of AWPs in this one. Leaf just on the other side of the smoke, potentially can have so many bodies emerging through it.
They are just waiting for the time being. Flashbang coming over. Leaf with a lot of work to do. Obviously, as you mentioned, they're going to be aware that he's close to the smoke. He does find one, but Artist with the quick trade. 4-on-4 now, and Ping going to be progressing through middle. Lovely angle here from Shine, though. Something that I doubt they're going to be prepared for. Just tucked away.
He's in a bit of an awkward position, actually. If there's a number of targets coming his way, might not really have an opportunity to miss a shot.
Ooh, swing nearly coming through. It's going to be where the Artist is towards doors now from that molly. And Ping's not moving. Ooh, Shine. Bit tentative here. Doesn't know which angle's the best to hold, but Ping could creep on out. Shine's still holding towards middle, but the B-bomb site, in fact, Charlie, has been taken. Doc's going to try and work things back, though. Oh, perfect timing. Finds the planter. Gets the second as well. Giraffe falls as well. What a triple there from Dox, and that's the round over. Ping's 2 HP. And that's what I'm talking about, Charlie. You give Dox some time to breathe there, and he finds all 3.
Yeah, it does miss the AWP shot, but just 2 HP on Ping. Shine's going to be holding the angle now. Oh, both AWPers having a bit of a tough time here. But Shine on the second shot does take him down, and Coalesce once again take the lead. It's been a long time since they've been in this position, but great stuff. Yeah, unbelievable B defense there from Dox.
And now look at the Viperio economy. We're going to be having some money troubles here. They opt for the full investment. It's not going to be perfect, though. Ping potentially playing with a Galil. He's gone for the AK. No util here. And Viperio, they're throwing everything at this round. But as you mentioned, Charlie, no AWP for Artist. The economy's slowly deteriorating. And a round like this for Coalesce can really extend that lead. But it's not going to be an easy one.
Viperio lining up towards A. At least that's where the bomb's sent. Majority of their team, they've got no control over to the B side of things. Other than Gizmi sort of holding from the canal's position.
Smoke's been dropped towards Heaven. Chris as well. Trapped here. Goes for a bit of a spam. Very close to connecting bullets. Oh, Leaf's been spotted here. Could find MMS, but it's very dangerous. MMS going to be pushing Heaven. Oh, brilliant from Chris. 5-on-3 here, but with 5-on-4, sorry, but with 2 players solo HP, Viperio still got a real chance and a lot of control as well.
Yeah, information gain now for Coalesce. Great swing from Azubu. 2 players potentially lined up. Gizmi gets brought down solo, but Artist on the Mac 10 almost finds a double.
Giraffe doing a great job here. Dox finally emerges from the backlines. It's all on Gizmi. 4 HP. Needs to find Chris now. But Chris, what a round he's had. Especially he was locked out of that one. Dropped to solo HP. But able to find 2 still. And Coalesce, they extend that lead. They find 7.
Yeah, it feels like they were willing to play that retake there. They didn't really want to fight too heavily for the A-bomb side of things. They knew that there's going to be a lot of players behind those smokes. So there wasn't too much need to really fully commit that. Obviously, a lot of damage was traded through the smokes, but eventually Coalesce just outlasted the Viperio side, and you've got to think that's down to the weapon advantage. Yeah,
and it's clear that the communications here for Coalesce are perfect. Obviously, we have Dox in the back lines. Yeah, it took him a while to get there, but clearly just said to the troops, you know what, just slow it down. I'm going to be coming through behind, guaranteed to get a kill, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, weaker buy here for Viperio. Just the pistols and armor, but we know how strong their B hits can be.
Azubu and Dox here defending towards B. Bit of a whiff spray from Azubu, so no kill found yet. I say that just as Leaf eliminates one. And Azubu just behind the pillar, trying to keep himself alive, but Giraffe applying the pressure. Dox as well, smoked off in electric. And this round is fairly doable now. And as Artist finds Dox, it's a 3-on-3 with Leaf low HP. anything's possible, even with the weak buys. Viperio looking brilliant here. Shine, though, finding one. Chris trapped in the corner, but the flash is good, and oh, that is lovely. Chris gets one. Leaf on the AWP as well to eliminate Artist. And Coalesce, they've won the half hit. They found a...
Yeah, it just shows, though, how scary Viperio can be as a side. That was a buy that was just consisted of pistols, and it almost panned out for them. If they found Chris before he got tucked into the corner, I think that's a round that goes their way.
Artist back out on the AWP, though. Util not perfect, but I don't think he really minds. He's got the big green in hand now, Charlie, and that's the weapon. He's done so much damage here at EPIC38. Ping. Once again, going towards middle here. He's done a great job so far in this half at taking that control, finding those doubles.
Obviously, Viperio on their T side yesterday was a very slow sort of playstyle they opted for. Going for the executes once they knew Coalesce, their utility wasn't great, but Gizmy punished through the smoke while Dox is blinded, gets taken down, and Shine finds another, but Ping once again, Fred towards mid is a menace. Finds a double. Just 4 HP though. Shine misses the shot. Surely he can find this.
Oh, but Shine on the CZ does find him. All power now in hand, but Giraffe eliminates. It's a 2 versus 2 hit. But that came all from Ping. The control taken, the double found, but Azulu finds MMS. And Giraffe, he wanted to be on the bomb here, but he knows he needs to find a pick first. Spots out Azulu, takes him down. Oh, nearly gets the flick, but Dox does take him down. Coalesce, they find 9. And a 10th potentially could follow here, as the buy isn't going to be perfect. We're not going to be seeing Artists on the AWP, potentially just on a Galil in this round.
But Fred, Ping is being a real thorn in the Coalesce side. The fact that there was 2 early kills go in the way of the CTs, and yet almost that round was brought back. I mean, it's still a 1v1, and you've got to commend Ping for that. The final round of the half here.
It's just going to be a fast hit here towards A. Chris, though, does find one before the pop even comes through. Reload going to be coming through now as they do decide to swing. And Ping, in fact, MMS the one to find that frag. Leave potentially going to push in front of the molly, but backs away from it. But the nade from Artist takes him down. It's a 4-on-3 here, but Giraffe and Ping so low HP. If Artist goes down, it could be devastating for this side. 3 players so low. A lot of flashes coming through, though. They just need to delay.
Yeah, 2 mollies on the side of Coalesce, though. If they're well placed, I mean, they could find so many of these players.
We've got a nade as well on Dox. But Coalesce, once again, playing this retake very slowly. I like the crossfire that Artist and Ping are going for. Oh, Azulu takes him down, though. Dox finds MMS. That's the key player they needed to find. Shine coming through as well. And that is a brilliant retake. Although they didn't have the numbers, they had the health. And they just took it slowly, Charlie. And Coalesce, they end the first half with double digits, 10-5. A brilliant start here for them on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, patience really was the name of the game there in that retake from Coalesce. Even with the disadvantage, they knew that there's a multitude of players that were really low HP, and they just took their time and they got rewarded for it. But Fred, 6 rounds in a row at the end of that half there from Coalesce. That's a dominant-looking performance, something we didn't really see from them on their CT side. I believe it ended 8-7. Obviously yesterday when we watched them on Anubis, so it really down to the wire, but 5 rounds ahead here. If they can win the pistol, this could be very, very dicey for Viperio.
Yeah, potentially we will see that repeat of yesterday, a 2-0, but I'm sure Viperio still got something in the locker. Christian looking towards A main here. MMS has crossed, in fact. Could catch him by surprise, but there it is. That's info gathered. But Chris just being sent as a bit of a lurk here. Potentially trying to find that opener for some rotations, but Giraffe now going to be swinging towards middle. Shine could go down early here, but he's holding for Azulu, in fact. Ooh, just shy of missing that shot, but he's going to be getting aggressive. Spots out Shine. And Giraffe, I think he wants to go for the swing, but he knows falling would be too detrimental, and he has been taken down. We do have Gizmy close, but no trade found yet. Shine going to be dropping now into canals. They're just going to be popping their way through towards the B-bomb site. Artist, Jawley's in hand, but doesn't find anything. Brilliant opener from Dox. And Ping, he's tucked away, but can't find anything. This is devastating for Viperio. You mentioned, Charlie, if we see Coalesce win the pistol, could be a little bit out of hand, and they do just that. 11th found here for Coalesce, and I wonder if we're going to see that force from Viperio now.
Yeah, they went for it in the first half. Do they go for it in the second? I don't know. Just these HE grenades. Fred, we saw this yesterday.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
They got 2 kills with these HE grenades. It was brought down to a 1 versus 1 that Coalesce just scraped on through. We could be seeing the same thing from Viperio here. And if it is, I mean, this round's still very up in the air. But yeah, Fred, Coalesce finding 6 rounds more than Viperio right now. 11-5. Yeah, they should be able to win this one. That should be 12 rounds found. 4 away from taking the first map in this series.
We've seen what these nades did yesterday, though, as we mentioned. I feel like Coalesce, though, certainly going to be looking back at that round and wondering, you know what, let's not go anywhere near A main because we know that those windows have got the nades behind them. And that's the death stare, isn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, just a bit of attack here. Coalesce, I like this. They're calling the pause. Obviously, they're not going to be aware if it's a force they're up against or just the eco, but either way, they're going to have protocols for either one. Just want to try to win this as cleanly as possible because we saw how strong the money was for Viperio early on the T side. Their play's sitting around 10k. If Coalesce can get to that sort of position, that'd be great for all their finances. But Viperio, damage is very important in this one.
Yeah, once again, though, Charlie, I think we're going to be seeing those nades towards A. And Christian needs to be a little bit cautious here. But I think we're just going to be seeing a pop out. Oh, Christian sends a nade of his own. Look at the health of the CTs.
Oh, the reposition's so strong, and Ping, yeah, not ready for that one at all.
Yeah, Coalesce, though, clearly ready for the nade strike. And that's pretty much the round over. We don't really expect these low HP, unarmored pistols to do much, but let's see what Artist can do. Just crosses the windows, and Christian, in a nice little off angle, will find him. And this is where you might just let Chris kind of just roll through. Yeah, just let him get these kills with the Mac. Try and make as much money as possible. Obviously, the main goal here for Coalesce is Chris can die because he wants to upgrade that Mac 10 anyway, but they need to keep these rifles in the necks. They don't want to be reinvesting. Is Christian going to be ready here for Gizmy? He's in a lovely little off angle, but well, certainly not. Gizmy finds the frag. The Zulu, though, surely going to take him down. And there it is, 12th round, an expected 12th as well from Coalesce. 4 rounds away from closing this out now, Charlie, on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, this round's massive. If Viperio lose this full buy, they have nothing in the reserve. It could be 14-5.
And that's when it's surely too far gone. We've seen comebacks here at EPIC38, but Viperio, it's going to be a
final with all that pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
I don't know if it's possible.
Leaf once again here. Going to try and find an entry here towards B main. Giraffe. Up here in a nice little off angle, but will just back away. He knows the importance of a strong B hold. Shine will find Ping, though.
Oh, the timing, Fred.
Brilliant there. Azulu finds Gizmy as well. You mentioned this full buy being so important for Viperio, and already they've lost 3 players so early on.
But this round started off so well for Viperio. Look at Leaf's HP. They did so much damage to him. He backed away, but Shine took up the mantle. He took charge, found the kill towards B, and it made the player towards Electric rotate off, allowed Chris to get that avenue in, and yeah, all spiraled downhill from there, really. But Coalesce will find 13. Viperio going to make sure they need to keep hold of these weapons. Losing them would be brutal.
Charlie, Coalesce, they're looking so good here. Obviously, you know, the last game between these two on Anubis was a much closer affair, but Coalesce.
But Fred, yesterday it felt like they were barely hanging on.
Yeah.
It felt like they would just keep on clutching out, winning these rounds due to big individual plays just to keep them in the game, really. But here it's a completely different story. It feels like, I mean, they are the ones in the driver's seat.
Well, it's something I mentioned yesterday as well. You know, Coalesce beating Viperio on Anubis yesterday is going to give them a lot of confidence, not only against Viperio, but also on the map. They're going to be happy to play it.
3 rounds in it, though. Just going to be a little bit of a half buy, but even then, that's not really the case. It's just a few armored pistols, 2 smoke grenades, and that's it.
Something has to go Viperio's way, though. I feel like, you know, we see these pistol rounds sometimes coming through, and what a time for it to work out. Giraffe.
The call's good. 3 players here towards A. The flashbang doesn't massively work out, and yeah, Giraffe finds one of his own. If he repeats, that could be brutal. That's the man advantage gone.
Yeah, the weapons can be retrieved, so Artist does have an AK now. Potentially Ping might go fetching for a rifle too. Gizmy holding the lines here towards middle, but will just back away, expecting this B hit to come through now.
Yeah, man advantage is still level, though. Viperio, they certainly have all the chances to close this one out, but Artist might need to lead the charge here.
Yeah, there's a lot of work for Artist to do, and he's pretty much out of this round currently. Ping and Gizmi defending here towards B. Gizmi in a lovely little angle, doesn't get the headshot. Alert Shine of his location. And now Ping's going to be progressing through. Needs to find one here, but Leaf eliminates. Gizmi spamming through the smoke, but he gets some return fire coming his way. And now Artist needs to step up massively. Has spotted out Leaf, takes him down. Could find Shine as well. Azuru, though, lovely angle there. Takes him down. Coalesce find 14. 2 rounds away from closing out map 1, Charlie. And the pressure for Viperio has hit an all-time high.
Yeah, pause needed. Let the coach discuss a few things over, but the AWP is out on Artist. It feels like that's what they've been lacking in a lot of these rounds, but Viperio, they have to change something up now. Otherwise, Anubis will go the way of Coalesce, and they'll find themselves facing 1-0 down in this series.
Yeah, once again, starting things off, potentially losing 16-5, but not on their opponent's map pick, it's on theirs.
Yeah, we saw what Vertigo was like yesterday.
Yeah, brutal. Really, really was.
I mean, one-sided is a bit of an understatement there, but obviously, I do like what the Viperio guys said, obviously on the stage, when they sort of do consider Coalesce their equals.
Yeah, definitely.
They think of themselves as a matchup, and I do like that as a very good way to look at it. I think this was the final that
Everyone
most
expected.
people here at Epic, they're expecting.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, we've spoken to Abiscu quite frequently, and I feel like, you know, very humble, very respectful of other teams, and that's potentially what kind of gives everyone the respect for this Viperio side.
Yeah, good mindset to have, but man advantage does go the way of Viperio. We mentioned this is what they need.
And obviously it's the AWP of Artist to kick things off. And I'll be honest with you, Charlie, I feel like the only reason this game is looking so dominant is because Shine is performing. I feel like was a little bit out of it in the game yesterday. Ooh, a bit of a missed shot from both AWPers there.
Yeah, I doubt anyone's going to go peeking into the other here. Just holding their lines.
16-4, Charlie.
Yeah, 4 devs.
He's got 4 KD.
This is round 20.
Viperio, though, still with this man advantage. Got 3 Molotovs remaining, and Coalesce just running down the clock. Giraffe needs to find this kill here onto Dox. He's going to be searching. Dox, Molly in hand. Giraffe could swing. Oh, Dox does find one, but Gizmi on the trade just as he drops in, and they're ready for this beat aggression now. Leaf, Azuru, and Shine gonna try and get some openers, but oh, that is a lovely little one-way, and Ping completely outmatching them, and it's all on Shine. 1 versus 4 now. Holding Artist, but he's gonna go for a bit of a risky peek, and Artist swings on out, and that's the round that we've needed to see from Viperio. They keep themselves in this one, and Artist having a lot of impact there, but Ping, brilliant stuff on that B defense.
Yeah, a bit of a lifeline being given there to Viperio. They massively needed that. They lost that round. They'd have a half buy on the final round, or potentially the final round. But yeah, Viperio, massive stuff there. They really desperately needed a hero, and both Leaf and Artist, sorry, Ping and Artist did supply.
Yeah, they just need to keep going, though. You know, play each round as its own. Don't focus on the kind of the whole game, the whole series, because it's going to be a long comeback. They're going to need 8 in a row just to bring it level. They're going to need 10 to try and close it out in regulation, but Viperio could be a side to do it.
Yeah, Chris not massively wanting to go for the kill onto Artist there. The flashbang allowing him to get into a deep position, but nice find from Giraffe, but the return from Azuru. A lot of damage was dealt there initially, but Leaf couldn't find anything.
Yeah, Leaf, it seemed as though he was in a perfect position. Great crosshair placement, but sadly just didn't find the opener. As you mentioned, though, Azuru with a nice trade. MMS spots out one. Going to be stuck on the bomb site, but Christian, really nice opener. Man advantage now for Coalesce. And Viperio potentially might just save this one. It's a really tough call to make.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's a bold call. But it shows you have got confidence in your own game plan if you make something like that. I feel like they have to give this one a bit of a crack, and they are just biding their time. Gizmi on the other side of the smoke, but Chris in a very strong position.
Yeah, Chris and Dox, perfect. Christian takes down one. Going to be ready for the swing, but Dox does find Giraffe, and there it is. Christian takes down Artist. 15th foul now. Map point on Anubis, Charlie.
Yeah, on Viperio's map pick as well. That's the thing that makes this, I mean, such an impressive showing right now from Coalesce. Another pause being called here. Final one. I mean, this could be the final round, Fred, but Viperio, at least they have something to play with. They've got the open Artist. They've got rifles out as well.
Yeah, potentially we need to see those aggressive peaks from Artist because such a key player here. And I feel like, you know, Coalesce did a really good job of keeping him quiet.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is with Artist, obviously going for those aggressive plays, you can't just do it constantly. Eventually, Coalesce will start to cotton on. They'll start just to hold these angles, and Artist will go from finding the first kill just to giving it up. So you can't really rely on Artist to constantly find these first kills, but Coalesce, Fred, 1 round away.
Viperio are going to need 9 in a row to bring this to OT, but potentially it's a little bit too far for them to find. Artist blinded here. Great aggression from Lee. Finds the opener, but Gizmy on the trade. A necessary one at that. And MMS finding 3. Christian eventually gets the trade. It's now a 1 versus 3 for him. Gizmy will be that closest rotate, but I think Viperio just going to let him get the bomb down.
Yeah, doesn't want to give up a 1v1 there at all. Chris will take that every day of the week. He's 20 and 10 right now, hoping, searching for somebody to give him something.
He's got a minute 20 on the clock, Charlie. He can take his time with this clutch. Doesn't want to force himself into any situations, and I like this from Chris. He's going to be clearing all of this out, realizing that potentially he's the one that's getting flanked. It gives me well aware of Chris's intentions.
Yeah, it was the only avenue that he could leave the A-bomb site from, so they're going to be completely aware where he's gone.
Yeah, these Viperio players now have split. Oh, Gizmy could be the first point of contact here for Chris. Rotating in towards the B-bomb site now, Christian. Does go down to Gizmy, but what a round that was from MMS. Finding 3.
It looked like a great call from Coalesce. It looked like you showed presence elsewhere. You head towards B, 1 player, 1 defender there, but MMS, he stood tall and did deliver when Viperio needed. Still, 8 rounds are needed to level things up. A long, long way. Tactical pause again. Might be one of the last for Viperio here. Have been a lot of pauses in this game, and that's something we love to see. It feels like a lot of teams, I mean, we've seen it in sort of the semi-finals. Teams just really negating to use their pauses as a tool.
Yeah, Viperio, they know the importance of these kind of 30-second chit-chats because they can make or break a round. They can change absolutely everything. The money here for Coalesce isn't perfect, so just going to have to go for a bit of a force here. Just the 1.9 loss. But Viperio, they need a hero to step up in all of these rounds. MMF obviously was that in the last.
Coalesce, they're not fully investing in this one. They've got a bit of cash in the bank, but Dox goes down early. Giraffe clearly feeling confident here. Wanted to go for these fights, and him and Ping, they're winning them all.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there. Shine will find 1, but he's got a couple of opponents to face, and Ping eliminates him. All on Christian once again.
Yeah, doesn't have the bomb on his back this time, though.
Yeah, certainly not going to be easy. MMS, the hero of the last, could be the one to eliminate Chris here. Just clearing out these angles, but MMS, lovely stuff here, Chris. Your time in this round's surely going to come to an end, and MMS will take him down. And keeping 4 alive in that round for Viperio, it's really good for their economy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they don't really have many chances to lose any rounds. It's got to be wins from here on out if they want to be able to bring this to overtime, have another chance to take Anubis.
It's interesting that we didn't see the kind of complete investment from Coalesce because it's just going to be a bit of a double eco.
I guess it's just for the open shine.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, only thing that I can really fully think of, but...
Charlie, this B defense, quite lackluster for the side of Viperio here, and especially as Coalesce potentially got a perfect read. They send the run boost through. Ping does find 1, though. A lot of damage to Azuwu, and Ping, what a round he's had. Giraffe rotating in. Leaf eventually finds him, but Leaf, all that remains now. And Giraffe with the triple. Ping getting a double there. I mentioned the B defense was a little bit lackluster, but clearly they proved me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's all they needed. Coalesce didn't have the utility. They didn't have the weaponry either. Obviously, all unarmored. Just easy finds there for the Viperio side, but 6 rounds in it, starting to close up the scoreline. Viperio might still have a chance in this game.
Yeah, but as the rounds get closer, as Viperio keep tallying them on, that's where the pressure really, really increases because, you know, initially it seemed a little bit too far gone. It was 15-6, but now they make it closer. There's going to be a lot of pressure on these players' shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, on both sides as well, Coalesce.
Kind of questioning how they
can't let it slip.
Ooh, Gizmy. Just through the smoke has been hit. Giraffe, okay. Very deep hit. Finds Christian. They're going to be aware of his position, but no one for the trade. A lot of players still outside B main. Nice flash there. Azuu doesn't find anything off it. Gizmy still allowed to be tucked in this corner. Dox needs to be cautious.
He's been here for so long now, but Giraffe once again in the backlines. He wants multiple. Azuu just round the corner.
Giraffe's got the
find
bomb.
him, but Gizmy does it instead.
Leaf, an important kill there onto Giraffe. Can retrieve the bomb now. He's going to be aware that there might be another player holding. Gizmy doesn't want to kind of give anything to Coalesce though. 4-on-2 here for Viperio. They've got the numbers. They got the util. Although not a smoke, still got those HE grenades. Shine going to send out his last bit of util, just the flash. Searching for a pick here, but I love the setup Viperio running here towards B.
They are sort of giving up a decent bit of the bomb site. If MMS can be found here towards this connector area, this could be the avenue back into this round for Coalesce. Timing really crucial on Leaf there, but Ping finds a double. Double digits hit now for Viperio.
Yeah, Ping's looked brilliant in this game. Really has been the rival here for Coalesce.
He's been one of the really bright sparks, and hopefully he can carry it through for the rest of the series, because Viperio do need someone like him.
Yeah, just the techs in round number 26. Coalesce. Potentially their main aim here is just deal a little bit of damage. Viperio, though, need to keep as many players alive. I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a fast A-pop hit. And MMS, we've seen what he can do from this position, but only finding one in this round. Gizmy does take down Leaf. Artist rotating in, will find Azuu. It's on Dox and Christian, and we don't really expect much now. Christian goes down, and it's the 3 HP of Dox to try and find something, but we've got 3 HE grenades remaining. I don't think he's going to get much.
Yeah, going to be peeking into 2 anyway. So I think HE will be required. Viperio finding an 11 Fred. This game's starting to get scary.
Yeah, 4 away from bringing it to OT, and that'll be devastating for Coalesce. Because not only were they close to closing it out, we could be seeing a 16-6 initially, but the fact Viperio have brought it back, it just shows that they've still got that gas left in the tank, and I feel like Viperio, how many rounds in a row now? It's got to be, what, 4 in a row now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more than that, maybe 5.
Yeah, oh yeah, 16-6, so 5 in a row. They only need 4 more to find, and Coalesce questioning as to how they couldn't close it out earlier.
Yeah, obviously they still do have a good few chances, but yeah, Viperio does show very strong mental resilience to be able to battle their way in this game and keep up the pressure. And Coalesce are near enough at the finish line.
Full buyout for Coalesce though. Hardly any limitations on either side, so round 27 going to be a really important one here. And Artist, ooh, getting dunked on there. Miss
Grenade there from Giraffe. Could have headed towards Shine. Shine, you're talking about getting dunked on. You're just taking 3 grenades.
All from Artist as well. I think once the first 2 hit him, you know, I would have left that vicinity quite quickly.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate way for Shine to go down. Obviously, at one point, he was, what, 16-4? 17-11 now.
Yeah, certainly such a key player here for this Coalesce side, but Artist, that is a very creative way to find an opener here. Gizmy in a nice position, just tucked away behind the doors. That shot there from Artist might bait him in, it does just that. Leaf does find Artist though, and Gizmy still around here in the action. Could find Leaf, and he does just that. Oh, brilliant from Gizmy there. Quick spray transfer, and now it's Christian with the 1 versus 3. Bomb is dropped, and all 3 opponents in such close proximity. Christian can't even find anything. What a round from Gizmy. He finds 4. We mentioned Viperio, they need to call upon their individuals in Gizmy. What a round from him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the fact that Viperio have brought this game so close that makes it scary now. It's the fact that everybody on their team seems to be 1 step ahead of their counterparts.
Yeah, just another Tech 9 investment here from Coalesce. And Viperio, they've done a great job against these in the past, so I don't really expect much from Coalesce in this round. You never know, though, Charlie. Be painful to see things end on a Tech 9 round, but anything can happen.
Yeah, heading back towards A. Coalesce up with Leaf just sort of holding the lurks now, going to be rejoining his team.
And it's quite a heavy B defense here. It's just MMS defending towards A. Coalesce, this could be a perfect call for them. MMS just jiggling though. We are going to see this rotation from Gizmy. Util coming through. He'll send a molly of his own. Flashbang as well. Oh, Gizmy. Bit of a miss spray. Dropped down to 7 HP. Does get taken down, so the opening kill goes the way of Coalesce. And I mentioned, oh, the Tech-9s could still win it. It's a 5 versus 3 now. Viperio, they did a great job of bringing things back, but things are looking questionable in this round. And look at Docs waiting.
And surely Draft's going to go down. Docs takes him down. Fred, surely it's not on the half by Viperio. They've done so much work. And they're going to fall at the last hurdle by the looks of things.
It's a 2 versus 5 now. Ping and Artist, they've been 2 heroes here for Viperio. Ping swings through and he gets taken down. And there it is, Coalesce. They do it on the half bite. Absolutely amazing stuff from them. Somehow they were able to take it with the weaker weapons. We mentioned how Viperio is so good at closing down against just the Tech-9s, but not in that round. Devastating for Viperio because the comeback so close to making it happen.
Yeah, I mean, the hard way, it does just show the mental resilience, though, of the side. It shows that they still had something in the locker, like you said. We didn't really see it. It looked like they were just going to fall flat on their own map pick. Not going to step up to where they needed to. But yeah, right then, they came back, but it was just one of those rounds. It feels like once a team like Coalesce are at 15, and they have so many rounds to play with, all it needs is one round, one gimmick round, whatever it is. It feels like they're just eventually going to hit it, and that's what happened. We saw the rush, something that Viperio handled so well against these pistols, against the Tech-9s. They had no issue with it in the past, but all it takes is one round.
It was a heavy B stack. We saw just Gizmy on his own there, bit of a whiff spray initial, and it's a bit unfortunate because all it takes is just that one misplay. And although Viperio did a really, really good job to bring it back, it wasn't enough, and it's very tough for them to kind of face because realistically, you know, if we saw that comeback, if we saw them find 15, go to overtime, I'll be honest with you, Charlie, I think they would have taken it.
I mean, I think just the confidence you would have, but you've got to think on Coalesce, if that Viperio comeback happened, what would they do in the second map?
Yeah.
Think of what you do to a team's mentality. You're so far ahead, and you can't convert that game. You can't close it out, but yeah, Coalesce, you have to look at it as the whole picture, though. Yep, obviously, definitely. We only remember recency bias going to make us sort of think that Viperio, they were sort of maybe a bit closer than it was, but at the end of the day, Coalesce, they were definitely in the driver's seat for the majority of that game, which was a bit of a surprise. They looked so good. Really great performance, and everything we saw from them from start to finish was so much better than we saw yesterday on Anubis.
Yeah, and here we have some of the highlights from that game as well. Cannot wait to see these once again. But a brilliant first game.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it's going to really heat things up for map 2, Vertigo. Coalesce yesterday, Fred, they looked so dangerous on this map. They looked so strong, and it looked like they were an absolute threat.
Yeah, hopefully for Viperio, though, those demos reviews that Biscu spoke about, they're going to have something to do on Vertigo because they looked outclassed, outmatched. And Charlie, once again, a 16-13 on Anubis. Are we going to see the repeat of a 16-5 on Vertigo?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. That would be... I mean, that's what Coalesce are going to be hoping for, but if it will happen, I don't know. I think Viperio, they mentioned, obviously, when they were on the stage, demo reviews. That was a big part of the talking points that were made. The demo reviews need to be made, and I think that's what they would have done. Looked at Vertigo and fixed some of those issues.
Yeah, I feel like Viperio definitely have had some time to change things up. They looked brilliant in the kind of the comeback there, but it wasn't enough. Devastating.